33-21 lead. 3 minutes to play as DiNicola and Frank Martin trying to play defense with his back to the man. He got turned around, free trip to the basket.
And LeBroy done a really nice job of penetrating in this second half. He just hasn't been able to finish, and when he's found his teammate.
Martin hedging on the screen with 7 to shoot. Cross-court pass, wide open right corner, 3 from Laffey, good! Tie ball game, 62. Martin Labora lost the handle, able to take the turnaround jumper in the paint, but Suarez the put back with the left hand. Painted area against Ritchie. That's going to leave Labora wide open. Now they find Coffey, left corner 3, Coffey, and finally Michael Coffey from three-point land here inside the post-game show on AUPanthers.tv, presented by TD Bank. Dan Hilton here, again having the pleasure, to be joined by assistant coach Mike Claxton. And coach, the 78-72 win in overtime, it wasn't easy, but what did you do down the stretch to get back into the game?
Oh, we just dug down defensively. That's what this game really came down to, was us getting stops. Right? We knew we could get the possessions we wanted, execute on offense, but it starts with defensive stops. You know, it's always easy to score on offense if you're coming off a defensive stop.
Well, I have to ask, Michael Coffey did struggle on the night, 3 of 11 from the floor, but in overtime, getting his 1 3-pointer, he finished with 10 points. But when your leading scorer can't get it going from not only beyond the arc, but even at the rim, how do those other pieces complement what he can do?
Well, Mike, this team is built on shooters. So Mike Coffey isn't the only shooter. He might be our most prolific shooter, but the rest of these guys can't take shots. When one of our guys are off, maybe 2 guys are off, other guys know they got to pick up the slack.
We're talking about picking up the slack. 2 big freshmen in Connor McGinnis and Jack Laffey playing big minutes not only down the stretch, but hitting those big threes to help it get to overtime. How is this a game that can teach them, or what can these freshmen learn from this game going forward?
Once you get to these type of games, you start learning every possession counts. And you notice it from the first half. When you have a 14-point lead with the ball in a minute left, you can't turn it over and give up a 3-pointer. That could be a 5-7-point swing.
And now, of course, Coach, again, you had to play 45 minutes to get this win, and you won last night as well. And now you're back at it on the road on Saturday against St. Rose, back in the conference. So how do you think these 2 wins against non-conference opponents prepared you guys for what's upcoming against the Golden Knights?
Well, I think, playing these games back-to-back was a challenge. Then to play Nyack on the second of the back-to-back was tough because they're a really physical, athletic team. So they get into you and they make you work for 40 minutes. So I think after this game, we should be ready to play in conference. You had 2 teams push you in back-to-back days. Now you start getting into your mind. Middle of December, January starts coming up. That's when the teams who really want to be playing in the end of February, in March, that's when they start putting things together.
Well, there you have it. Again, a 78-72 win for Adelphi over Nyack as they hit the road on Saturday against St. Rose in an NE10 matchup. St. Rose 5-3 coming into tonight, 3-2 in the conference. Again, they have a matchup against Stonehill that has just gone final, so they're going in 4-2 in the conference. And then they return home, that being Adelphi, next Friday at 7:30 in another CACC matchup against Concordia. But again, for myself, Dan Hilton, for my broadcast partner, Kevin Dexter, and everyone else involved, have a great night.